The best singers on the internet are covering Hoist the Colours, and today as a vocal coach I'm going to be putting them head to head using these 5 scoring points to decide which version is the best. Roll a tape. What I love about VoicePlay's opening is that it's so different from the other covers of Hoist the Colours that we've heard, and yet they still find this opportunity to inject this originality where they go, hey! It's shocking and unexpected, and it keeps us engaged as we go further through the song. We have multiple voices here creating this harmonic tension that begins to rise and rise until eventually Ellie steps on the gas and makes a much bigger fortissimo sound for us. However, the choice to make this big sound at the end of the opening actually creates a sort of mini finale to that opening. And what it does is it just, all of that tension that we could feel building up, it actually releases it, because we're like, oh, right, we've had the big moment, we've had this finale.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed and bound her in her bones.
Melinda is almost like a siren here from the legends and from the movies, creating that tension with all of that reverb.
The seas be yours and by the powers.
The big thing that I love about the supergroup's opening here is the fact that that tension is never released.
By the powers where we will roam.
There's never this finale that we get with the VoicePlay guys. Instead, it just carries on and carries on. And so our point for the opening goes to the supergroup here. We have got so much talent on our screen right now that it is unreal. But the big problem is that I feel like this arrangement doesn't make the most of the voices that we've got here singing for us. What we end up with is we've got 2 sopranos right up here, and then we've got a baritone singing right down in the bass section, and then of course we've got the bass down here. So we've got 2 people here, 2 people up here, and there's this gap right in the middle that just seems to be missing. Having said that though, Melinda's amazing work with that instrument, it must be some kind of Gaelic, Irish flute, I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it really adds this really interesting dynamic and a very interesting element into the overall picture. And I feel like the way instruments have been used here is almost like a saving grace in the arrangement that the guys have come up with. They find these opportunities to put these perfectly timed dramatic pauses into the music there. And after losing that tension with that sort of mini finale that we got in the opening, actually these pauses come in, it's original, and it brings back that tension. The other thing that VoicePlay do is they bring in this fabulous percussion part. The beat that we've got there really helps to elevate the cover beyond what was originally written by Hans Zimmer to really give us something new and original, and the progression of the song through each section keeps on getting bigger and bigger and better. And the guys are giving us this whole new vocal line that they've written into their version of the cover. It's so exciting for us as the audience because the song just keeps growing and getting bigger, and we never ever want it to end. And so I'm going to give our point for the arrangements happily to VoicePlay and Jose.
Pay the squall and turn your sail toward home.
One thing that we get with the supergroup is that they isolate the voices throughout. Yes, we've already talked about Melinda and that haunting siren-esque thing that she was able to do, but my goodness, Bobby Waters and that bass tone is absolutely incredible, and I really want to give a shout out to him. I'd love to know how you guys compare Bobby Waters with Jeff Castellucci, because of course we've got these two basses singing a very similar line here. So just leave me a note in the comments to say, what do you think about these two basses? Which one do you prefer?
And the devil to pay, we lay to Fiddler's grave.
It's like they're not ladies at all. Instead, they are these mystical sirens enticing us sailors out to the sea. However, VoicePlay take a totally different stance on how to sound amazing, with all sorts of different vocal acrobatics going on everywhere. I mean, come on! Not to mention the amazing subharmonic notes that Jeff brings in here.
Never shall we.
It hits you right in the chest. And that's one thing that the supergroup could have done, because they've got Bobby Waters on the team, and yet they didn't. And so it's absolutely a second point for VoicePlay and Jose on the vocal performance. By the way, guys, if you are intrigued by my new t-shirt and the Cover Coach merch that has just come out, then I'll leave a link in the description to go and check it out. Onto atmosphere and the way that both of our groups here are able to transport us into the world of the cover. I want to start off with our supergroup here, because they did something really, really cool that I never find in covers anymore, which is they actually used sounds from the real world in order to help us feel like we were part of the cover. Have a listen to the sea rolling in. Whereas VoicePlay and Jose's atmosphere is created in the same way. In fact, it reminds me of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride that you find at the Disney parks. Even the elemental things that we've got going on, like the lightning that we see from time to time. What I'm not seeing though is anything that actually draws me into feeling like I am in the story, as in I am literally there at the sea looking at this siren and things like that. Instead, VoicePlay's atmosphere is very much created by that background, and then you have the guys, yes, of course, they are in these really high quality costumes, we've got high quality lighting, of course we do, but in terms of really feeling like I am in danger of doing the wrong thing and going ahead with the siren and all that kind of stuff, there's absolutely no match for what Melinda is doing here with that completely black background and just hair lit by a single candle, and that voice as well. I feel like you guys might have your own opinion on this one, but I am going to give the atmosphere point to our supergroup here. If you do feel differently, then I would more than welcome to have a discussion with you guys in the comment section. And last but certainly not least is the overall epicness of this cover and what it represents. And we'll start with our supergroup. I feel like the epicness is completely centered around the fact that we've got this all-star cast of covers who are coming together to create something really, really memorable. It's an amazing collaboration. But then again, VoicePlay have rocked up with Jose Rosario Jr, who is an amazing person to be in a collaboration with. He's been in Hamilton and all sorts of really big performances. While my understanding is that he isn't a massive cover artist in his own right on YouTube, he is massively talented and massively respected in the theatrical world. So their collaboration also brings about some of that epicness. They also have the lighting, the effects, the costume, all of that stuff which up until now I haven't talked about. But I mean, come on, look at this stuff. It is absolutely incredible, and we can't just pretend that it's not there, because it is. I mean, you've got a whole shipwreck in the background. It's absolutely amazing, and I'll be giving the point for epicness. And our overall winners today is VoicePlay with the amazing talent of Jose Rosario Jr. Guys, if you are interested in listening to some more sea shanty style songs, then go ahead and click there to listen to my reaction of Home Free's Sea Shanty medley. I almost forgot what I was saying there. Have a fun day. Bye.